So, what is holding me up with the XJS? Well, it's these monkeys here. The big dilemma I've had is that the original Jaguar setup with these hubs was to have the disc bolted to the back side of the hub and then the wheel on the front as per normal car. It's an unusual setup that I've never encountered before, and what it means is that to get the discs outside of the hub where you really want them, because otherwise you've got to take the hub off every time you want to change discs, you need to use a great big mounting bracket. You can actually see what was done with the original calipers here. That's just a monstrous chunk of steel, which is alright for a big bracket like that, but when it comes to fitting slim racing calipers, that ends up being even bigger. And if you want to fit big discs, it ends up even further out. Basically, that bracket ends up being just an unreasonable size for the amount of load that it needs, because the mounts for the caliper are way back here, because standard the disc would be running way back on the inside of the hub. That's nonsense, it's a nightmare, it's rubbish. It's something that I got caught out by when I bought the car. I thought I'd just jump straight into it and sort some brakes out for it, but it's just not that simple. And the dilemma I've got now is that I have found a solution. I've found a lovely brake kit with big deep bells, it's just that over there, big deep bells to bring the discs back in line with where the original caliper mounts would be without having to bolt them behind the hub. I've just come to fit them and found that actually the hubs are modified to take the bells. I wondered why the discs came with the hubs bolted to them. You can see that one still got it bolted on there. Yeah, I took this one off. I was wondering why have I got a pair of hubs with these discs? And the reason is because they've been bloody modified. So I now need to change the hubs over to these to get these discs on. It seems as soon as I found a solution to anything with these brakes, there's another problem. It's only because I'm not used to this setup. I'm not a mechanic chiefly. A lot of this stuff I haven't done before, and so discovering sort of new surprises along the way sucks really, because it's another hold up and it's another obstacle to overcome. The other problem with these hubs is that the studs, the spigots that Jaguar use, that actually, so the disc uses these mounts, bolts through the back, and then this is for the wheel mounting. That's alright for a wheel if it's bolted straight to this hub, but by the time you bolt a bell, as you can see, you've just got very, very little spigot left. That is not enough to mount my wheels, so I need to fit longer spigots. But being old Jaguar, of course, it's not that simple again, because it's an old Imperial thread type, it's an unusual spline size, and you can't just buy a longer set of spigots for it. I've done a lot of guesswork, and this is as close as I've got. But as you can see, this has actually had a bit of amateur machining, because the size these actually come in, although these are a reasonable fit, they're close enough. They're actually, oh, I can't get to them. Yeah, they're close enough, and they're the best thing I can find, but they're this size, which if I compare to the original, as you can see, that needs to come down an awful lot. We've got the extra length we need, but the splines are just enormous compared to the Jaguar ones, which is why I end up making them look like this, just to get them to go through the hub. It's been so time consuming, it's been a bloody nightmare, because I've had to sort of fumble my way through all of this, and I've definitely made a few mistakes along the way, and just not expecting things. You jump into it and you expect, well, I don't know why actually, when you're racing a car that's getting on for, well, the design's sort of getting on for, blimey, getting on for 45 years old now, I suppose. Of course it's going to be different, but it still has caught me out, I have to admit. It's caught me out and has caused me an awful lot of grief, and so now I'm looking at doing a hub change, pulling the hub and the bearing out. I've never changed a hub, I've never changed a wheel bearing, but this is just the sort of thing that, well, hopefully the whole point of putting the disc outside the hub is that you only have to do it once, but I'm still going to have to do it. Right, another monster shift finished on the XJS. Oh, we've got a bit of Mr. Blue Sky playing. That's alright. Yeah, another monster shift finished, and how's progress? Well, you can see a few of the things we've done. This is the slam panel fitted, the new radiator is fitted. We've had a few leaks to find along the way. A lot of these hoses were being held on with bloody cable ties, which is just stupid. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to find quite as much bodgery as I found, which has made this quite long. There's quite a lot of bodgery has been involved in this. So yeah, the car, when it was up to temperature, was leaking water all over the place. We've properly sorted all the hoses now. It's watertight with its new radiator, and that's good to go. You can see the transponder here. That's wired in and working. Sat on its own little bracket there. Lovely. And yeah, we've just dropped the fluids. New oil, new filter. Ready to rock fairly soonish, hopefully. We've also fitted the modified hubs with the modified spigots, and these are the absolutely bloody fabulous brakes that, oh god, I'm so excited about these. I can't wait to use these. They're bloody fabulous. Look at the state of that. That is gorgeous. Again, not that simple, because the caliper mounts go through the track arm, which you can't see there, it's too dark, but basically the track rod connects to an arm that goes up to the hub, and the disc goes, or the caliper mount runs through that, and the caliper mounts are too fat to fit, so we've had to modify the bloody suspension arms, the tracking arms, to get those on. Nothing is ever simple, it seems, but it's all on, it's all bolted up, it's together, and yeah, how exciting is that? The reason we've been putting in the monster shifts is because I want to have this car ready to go out by Tuesday, which is the day after tomorrow, and today's pretty much done. It almost is tomorrow at this point. I'm not sure if that's going to happen, to be quite honest, because more bodgery. The driver's seat, it turns out, had been absolutely bodged in. It was dangerous, it was stupid, it was disgustingly mounted. I'm really not happy about what I found with the way that driver's seat was mounted. It's safety equipment, it's there to keep you safe. It shouldn't be bodged, and it was very, very much bodged. So I went out and got a new seat. I got a seat with some side mounts. Yeah, these side mounts I was going to use to mount the passenger seat, which is what this was going to be. Because this isn't an FIA certified seat, I can't use this as the driver's seat. Yeah, so this was going to mount on the passenger side, but I've ended up having to mount this here just to get the car out, because the way the driver's seat was mounted was terrible, and these are side mounts, and the driver's seat only uses bottom mounts. So tomorrow I'm going to see if I can fabricate something to mount the driver's seat on the passenger side, just to get the car out, because I want to take the missus out, because she's yeah, she's dead excited to go out in this. So I want to get that fitted. I'll see what I can come up with tomorrow. But for now, this is the driver's seat, just for to get the car out, because yeah, there was no other immediate way to get a seat mounted in here. So that's mounted up, that's ready to go. What we're waiting for is, because we had to do some more bodgery on the way the suspension arms meet the caliper mounts at the front, I need to just modify the caliper mounts slightly, because these aren't rigidly mounted. I mean, they're stiff, but they're not rigidly mounted at the moment. I need to sort the mounts for those. And then she's good to go, would you believe? There's one more water leak we need to sort out, which is a bung at the bottom of the radiator down there. That little widget there was leaking, so we're going to try some PTFE tape to sort that out tomorrow. Yeah, but once that's done, she's alive and kicking. Started her up today to warm the oil up, to drain it, and you wouldn't believe the noise. This thing really sounds cracking, and I'm looking forward to showing you that. You'll have to wait for it, but I will show you it. It's quite a noise when this thing starts up. So yeah, progress is all right. There's still a way to go. We'll see what tomorrow brings. The reason for the very tight self-imposed deadlines, I made some plans about a week ago when the car was really coming together at quite a furious rate. I thought, we're sorted, and I made some plans for it, which I didn't expect to encounter all the things that I've encountered since that have held me up. We're going to try and get the car running by Tuesday. We'll see. It's going to be another hard day tomorrow. But fingers crossed. I've got to give a ton of credit to Adam. Adam, you may have noticed DGS autos down the side of my old XJ40. That is the garage that Adam and his dad run, and they're a cracking pair of blokes. And Adam has been absolutely crucial to getting this thing together. He's an absolute hero. He's put in a few monster shifts with me. I couldn't have done this without him. Really couldn't have done this. It's a bit distressing that I've made myself some deadlines that I'm looking like I might not meet. So it's hard to be optimistic. But actually, looking at it, the simple fact is this car has come a long way, and it's very nearly ready. Very nearly ready to go. So I've got to be excited about that, and I could not have done that without Adam. He's a top bloke, and yeah, there's always going to be a place for DGS on the side of my race car, because I owe it to him. So, all being well, there will be some relatively cool stuff going down on Tuesday, which is the day after tomorrow. Or, yeah, it's tomorrow. As of right now, it's tomorrow. That pretty much sums up the way things have been going. Yeah, I'm telling myself not to be too upset if we don't make it. I will be. Yeah, it was an optimistic deadline to set, and yeah, it's not the end of the world if the car's not ready and out, but it would be really nice. It would be really nice if it was done.